Tucker pulled in 4 more waves until he noticed a tall purple thunderhead rising up on the southwest horizon. That cloud meant a storm was probably on its way, but Tucker figured he had at least half an hour before the wind kicked up the waves and blew the cloud in and the rain began. Tucker wasn't afraid of a thing, but his common sense and his folks had told him to always leave away from water when storms and lightning came along. It's hard to get grown without having common sense, because being stupid can get you killed sometimes. Keeping an eye on the horizon, Tucker went on pulling in those waves until a huge one arched up behind his back and crashed down on him. Tucker disappeared. Wipeout. No big deal for Tucker, though. He popped right up in the water and grabbed his board, which was tied to his ankle. He was all right, but the man on the raft wasn't. He thrashed around in the water screaming that he couldn't swim. As that big black cloud spread across the sky toward them, the wind and waves grew rougher. Wanting to help the man, but concerned about his own safety, Tucker hesitated, then straddled his surfboard and, using his hands for oars, paddled toward the raft. He had time to get the guy's raft back to him and then to leave. But as Tucker passed, the man lunged at the surfboard, knocking Tucker off. And then this guy grabbed hold of Tucker. Wrapped up in that big bear's arms and legs, with the sea getting choppier, Tucker said he knew he was about to die. He began to pray. But something lifted Tucker up through the water and onto his surfboard, where he was able to catch his breath. That's when he saw his friend Richard in the water, too. Have mercy! Richard was hauling that raft toward the man. With 2 big heaves, Richard snatched that guy straight up out of the water and onto the raft. Richard yelled, "Let's push and pull it, tugboat! Push and pull it in!" Somehow Tucker and Richard pushed and pulled that raft, with the guy glued to it, close enough to shore that the man was able to wade in the rest of the way. 4 or 5 people splashed into the water and helped them onto the beach and into the pier house. One of the helpers was a reporter on vacation. As soon as everybody was inside the pier house, the rain poured down. An arrow of lightning whizzed across the pier into the water and lit up the whole ocean. That's when Tucker said he got scared seeing that lightning. He'd have been fried alive, you know. The guy Tucker rescued was named Nibbles. Mr. Nibbles was so grateful that he gave Tucker $100 right on the spot. The reporter interviewed everybody and took pictures of Tucker, Nibbles, and Tucker's dad, who almost had a heart attack when he heard what happened. When the reporter asked how such a small boy was able to rescue a big, grown man, Tucker said, "'Cause I'm a tugboat. Like Richard said, we pull the big ones in." But when Tucker turned around to point out Richard, he couldn't find him.